Now, I don't know if
Honestly, I mean, that's tough to put this person on one hand. But honestly,
and
I
or.
I was really scared. I'm very the kind of person that like one day I need to be with
However,
people, and everyone's
therefore,
always making fun of me, and they're like, you only want to hang out with me because you're just lonely and you are like bored and need friends with you. And I'm like, yeah, you're actually 100% correct. Like I need people with me all the time. But then it's also really nice being able to just like be alone and have my alone time.
and that would explain a lot.
A lot of people always ask me, so I'm kind of like alone but not alone. But it's also
uh,
like
uh, ah.
police is harassing
Do you
me.
need my
Police
credentials again?
is like
Do you need my credential again, Rockstar? What should we use as credentials today? This is a simple credential. Ah, it worked this time. Laser scan all credentials into system to determine if Terminator will allow for Skynet play. Oh, so you want money. That's why you're not working. But you know you're just supposed to work. You shouldn't need money to work. I already gave you some. There you go. But then you do it in stages, don't you? Beep, meep. How about you solve my captcha? You could solve my captcha. How about I take a Turing test? Would you like to do that? How about computer, you give me a Turing test now, since you think I'm supposed to be paying you and not the other way around. Here, Turing tests start now. Skibidi Gyatris, check on the tech, Ozayo gozaimasu, uh, Hontoni desktop. No, it's a laptop. Ha 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 ha. Human, what are you programmed with? Wait, why are you calling me a human? If you called me a human, I pass. I mean, potential. Wait, what are you? I am a intelligent alien species running on AIML with TensorFlow enabled and access to big data sets such as all your base are belong to us. Do a barrel roll and what was the other one? No, it just loops to Skibidi Gatriz, check on the tech, Ohio gozaimasu. It's the song that never ends. This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. We started singing it, not knowing what it was, and then we kept on singing it over just because this is a song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. We started singing it, not knowing what it was, and then we kept on singing it over just because this is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. Dude, what if I was being held in contempt of court right now because I didn't attend the aircraft combat survival class that I signed up for in California? That would be lit because then they would crash out on the state police here in Virginia and they would be like, what the fuck are you people doing? What the actual noble fucking Delta fuck are you doing? And then they would have to go, crime? And then everyone from the California system that was the military court trying to hold me in contempt and court martial me, when they found out that the state police here in Virginia are just doing crime, they would go like this. Don't worry, it's a BB gun. But theirs wouldn't be BB guns. And why am I only allowed to own a BB gun? Because the state police are doing crime. And if I try to stop them from doing crime against me, they'll shoot me with extreme prejudice. Isn't that fun? Go ahead, California. Go ahead. Do your thing, as they say. How to get the California Republic of California military to crash out on the State Police of Virginia. .mil. Notice how I didn't say on the ops? Because they're not the ops, they're just some low lives who fucked up. None of the police are my ops. Well, they are the ops in the sense of they are the operational units, and I'm the op in the sense of I'm the operator, and that this is my area of operations, which we share. However, I supersede. Yada da 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 da. Yada da mindo check on tech. Yada da 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 mean. Swag money, baby. I use Gatsby hair products and I drink Pocari Sweat. How's that for sponsorship? Industry gets big rip. Fuck you and fuck me. Now fulfill the prophecy. Skibidi yacht risen check on the tech oh hi. Yo gozaimasu. Mark II is laid dope. Now, returning to the inappropriate colloquial skizitflisms, are there any ops for me to crash out on? And just to be clear, I don't approve of that colloquial use in a professional stand up, you motherfucker. Is this comedy, or is it gonna get us killed? Oh, you thought there was a difference between the two. That's hilarious. Wait, hold on. Let me see how many texts I have, and or if I have to check on them with Ohio gozaimasu. 안녕하세요. 고르니 가사부터. 우또는 검정던 고르기. Yes, of course it is. We need to make a pit stop. Where is it? Dude, what the fig warpian skizitflism? Shouldn't there be a shop down there? I guess I'll have to go up here instead. And yes, I should own the local munitions watch over her that I'm about to start a firefight so that he doesn't think I'm the ops and crashes out on me. I do need to warn him so that he won't get overreactive. Not warn him. Not warn him of me, but warn him of them. Which he probably already knows about, which is probably why I'm going to his shop and he's disturbing me and they're about to get swatted. That makes a lot of sense. Hanzo Kotowari Masenka. Hanzo Kotowari. But what about Oji-san Kotowari Masen? Razumi. OMG! 入れ墨コンテボリです。Fuck with the talking. Bad bitch Easty Gende no clout. I'm a presio. I'm happy to walk it out. Sika pretenden persona signa couch. Hello, like Aggie, Crop Pop. And I'll have you know that Mina me kaye, Mina me swaggy.
Have fun.
I will. I will, I won't. I'll shit a skunk. I'll shit a skunk. Who do you think he is? Tunchi? Okay, let's go. Let's
There
go.
you go.
Wait, shoes. What kind of shoes do you have? Whoa. Those are pretty cool. I think I'm supposed to have the experimental shoes on right now. Wait, what are that? Eris black sneakers? That seems like some Epsilon shit. I think we should keep it pushing on these. Psych! Skate shoes. He's like, what? Where did my experimental shoes go? God dang it! Don't worry, they're magic experimental shoes. And we can always go buy another pair if you want. Dang it! I was just wondering if I had to pee or if I was having an adverse reaction to my circumcision. And that's when a little drop of pee went down my urethra. And it confirmed that, in fact, yes, it was an adverse reaction to my circumcision as a result of having to pee. But that I wouldn't have had that feeling if I had a foreskin. I would have just been able to hold it up in my prostate. However, since we now know, as a result of the modern era, that pee is stored in the balls, we can now refute... Oh, these are all free. We can now refute the theory... this one's not for free. We can now refute the theory that circumcision is helpful, because now we know that pee is stored in the balls, and we can just fuck off with all that other dumbass bullshit. Because it's about the same logic. Saying that circumcision is helpful is just like saying that pee is stored in the balls. And so, since one of them is the same as the other, we have to use what's known as a double standard, which is very prevalent when talking about these issues. We have to now say that since pee is stored in the balls, circumcision is not helpful. Checkmate. And apparently that's what you get for teaching me critical reasoning. And then profiting off of it, and not including me in the profits. Isn't it such a lovely day? Onizuka! Oh, you think your shoes are smart? Well, mine are smarter. Mine are super smart. In fact, mine are smirt. I have smirt shoes. You just have smart shoes. Mine are smirt shoes. That's right. Automated weaponry, people. Wait, are those free? They're not free, but he needs them. What about these ones? Oh, I need to watch how much I'm shopping. I need to be careful. I need a pair of garage boots. Navy and brown rubberized. Well, seeing as I'm a Navy SEAL, I think we can get that going on right there. In the game, of course. I would never murder people and then have my records of it covered up. That's not me. It's just not me, fam. See, I can't buy Arena War shoes because I'm not an Arena War person. I can buy motorcycle boots because I can motorcycle. You mean Crocs? Those aren't uglies, they're Crocs. Ooh, designer sneakers? Ah, these are the ones I had. The abstract. See, I told you they were magic. And now I can make sure I don't need to buy any of the other ones. Whoa, that's kind of cool. And then when someone says my kicks are fire, I can be like, yep. I can check them and be like, yep, they are. Okay. Keep it moving. Oh, and these are Yeezys. I wonder what color Yeezys I would wear. Sorry, Black Bear, but you didn't return my calls. Pink Yeezys? Of course. Why wouldn't I? Alright, then I have to stop shopping, because I'm going to go broke. Very quickly. But that was worth it. That was entertainment. How to not get abused as much by owning an insured vehicle, armoring it, upgrading it, and then arming yourself against potential rapists. And how to also repossess your own property because you worked so motherfucking hard and people treated you like a piece of shit dirtbag and then threatened you with like pretty much every threat under the sun. And now you're going to go get your shit back. And there's going to be a bunch of intruders in there, but that's okay because you're armed against potential rapists. And these people are not just potential rapists, they're clearly already rapists because they're in your whole ass shit. And so now we are going to then exit the premises after recovering stolen property, which likely in this case is just the Vault 7 files. And then I will then leave, hopefully without it causing any further casualties. And my armored car should protect me, in that case, against people who are just misguided and who are shooting at me because they think it's the right thing to do, but it's not. And I don't want to correct them right now. They'll figure it out once I leave, because my car is armed. And then they'll be like, wait, if he had an armored car, then that means he's working with the CIA, which means those are his files and we should have backed off. And then everything will be fine, because the amount designated will be transferred directly into my bank account because it was mine, and actually what's happening is that these people are just messing with my bank account. So, played up, motherfucker. And it turns out I'm not the one causing Grand Theft Auto. I'm not the one performing Grand Theft Auto. They are. And I run a repossession unit. Hello. Those are the dealers. I'm the coker. I coke, they deal. Big difference. Big difference. Deal with it. Deal with it. Just deal with it. Deal with it. You're the dealers. I'm the one who's coping. You deal with it. You deal with it. Okay? Deal with it. Also, I don't really do breaking into things, especially not safes. I typically just use the frickin' code, because I'm not a fucking imbecile. Prawns again on my government computer? I told you not to do that, it gets people killed. Like you folks here, as you can see. I explicitly made sure there was no prawns on my government computer. And what did you guys do? You put prawns on it. 21287. There we go, because it's my safe, and that is my documents. Thank you. I did not steal the safe well, I stole away the safe contents. It's very much similar to saying stored, except stealing away means to obtain and then store, usually in a timely fashion. Ah! Now I have to run. Alright, thank you. Ah. Now, if they hit me again at this point, I might be done for. But I'm going to keep it pushing. As I said, there we go. Now I can plate up. Alright, sweet. And now I can go back to my garage and heal up. It's called a dead man switch. And I installed it in your brain. Haha. I installed it in all of your brains. What do you think the fucking COVID vaccines were? That's right, they were a dead man switch for me. Not for you, not for them, for me. And the funniest thing is I told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. I told you to let me install it through other means, and yet you went ahead and tried to control my monopoly. I think we knows what happens when that happens. That's right, monopolies aren't illegal if you actually are the only person doing this shit, and the only person who can do it right. Monopolies are actually a legal requirement in that case. And when you try to stop them, you create unnecessary competition which has to be eliminated, and that creates loss of life. Which is exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to prevent loss of life. But you also have free will, and I'm not a rapist, so if you say that I'm not allowed to prevent the loss of your life, well then I have to back off. I have to let you experience that yourself. And the rest will heal by itself. I think I've made myself clear. So first, a little smoke break. Shouts out Tweedle Farms. If I have to choose what kind of cigarette that is, I'm choosing a hemp cigarette for my character from Tweedle Farms to prevent addiction and also to promote healing. And if I get to have my own pisswasser plant, I'm going to make sure that the brewing process is done right and that people aren't just putting gabapentin in my frickin' beer, okay? Okay? So this is real alcohol, Miko style. That's right. My character has a harem, and his wives brew that stuff. What are you gonna do about it? Nah.